All right, all right, all right. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. So it merged me in with the first live I did. Okay. Yeah, there was some technical difficulties going on. Most definitely. Turn the truck off too. Hey y'all, whoever still in here, go ahead and share this video, cause this finna make it kind of hard for this video to get out because it kind of stuffed both of the videos together. But share it right quick and see if it'll go out. I'm gonna share it myself and see if it'll go out. Uh, Yo, what's up with y'all? Hold on. Y'all tell me about the sound quality. Y'all got some sound? One in the comment. What's up, Joe Tank? What's up, brother? All good, all good. Everything looking good. Keep it moving. What's up with y'all? Hey, what's up? What's up, Tasha? What's up, sweetheart? Okay, we in here. We in the building. Well, sound low. Okay. I'm gonna have to speak up because there was something going on with my headset. Let me see. Tell me if you can hear me now. Get me a one in the comments if it's coming in, okay? Good. Okay, all right. Okay. I had some stuff going on a moment ago. All right. What we talking about tonight is a ongoing trend of a issue that is plaguing a lot of people right now when it comes to their truck or their selection in trucks over the last year or two. And we're gonna talk about semis for the most part, but I'm gonna go a little bit into the high shot just to drop off into segue, or if you will, into what we're talking about this evening. And what we're talking about is specification and calibration. Specification, those are the mechanical features that your vehicle, per its build sheet, per the VIN number, per the manufacturer, it comes with certain attributes depending on what the designation is for the vehicle and what it's designed to do. It's built a certain way to do a certain thing. And not to say that the vehicle can't do that certain thing simply because it's not exactly spec'd correctly for that certain thing it's doing. It's not to say that it can't be done, but we'll say that it won't be done as efficiently as it possibly could. And let's just say if you're operating anything outside of the parameters or other than what you expect to do, you can't expect that the equipment is going to last very long either, because you're operating it outside of the manufacturer's parameter, which was deemed safe by the manufacturer. Okay, so we're gonna start off right there. Then you know that's what a spec. People say, what's your spec on your truck? Well, my Dodge Ram 2500 that I started off the company with in 2018 was a 200 I won't say a 280 or 290 horse, 5'9" Cummins with 650 foot-pounds of torque because it was made into a manual and they downgraded torque on the manual, but it's like I said, calibration, specification, calibration, those two different yin yang things that kind of go together to make a whole little tornado of goodness under your hood and make you be able to pull some stuff. People say you can't pull that. Yes, yes, you can. But okay, that truck was spec with a 5.9 6-speed manual and some 373 rear end gears. Pretty good all around package. As you can hear from the specs, it's not the most powerful, not the most torquey, but it has a transmission that has some gear ratios and a really, 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 really low first gear that combined with a kinda low rear end, not really the pulling rear end, which would be the 410 or greater, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a very good middle of the ground gear on a high shot, as far as pulling not so heavy. So that was a specification that didn't make the most power, but it could slowly but surely move pretty much anything. And it had a rear end ratio that was conducive to pulling stuff, but also getting decent gas fuel mileage. So with it being said that that's not the most power, that's not the super duper best transmission ever, and that's debatable. And the rear end is not geared for a whole lot of hard pulling. We'll say that that setup is not meant for heavy weight, not a CDL application, but it seemed to be a pretty good situation for a non-CDL application. Lighter weight with a less powerful calibration in the computer and a rear end that could stretch his legs, and that truck could go as fast as it needed to go, and for as long as it needed to, with the RPMs at a reasonable range. So, with that being said, you'll notice that in your CDL high shot, and we're gonna go straight from the 25 to the 55 or the 5 series truck, and you'll notice that in those trucks, usually there's a little bit more of a um aggressive tune as far as torque, but not so much as horsepower in most of those applications. Also, there will be a deeper rear end ratio, probably a 410, a 444, a 411, a 488 in some cases. And those rear ends are conducive with moving heavy weight at that power level with that high shot rig, 5500 of that nature. And with the truck being spec like that and the rear end that's meant to pull something heavy, that's why you get the rear end and the suspension in the rear that's rated for considerably more weight. And you get the 17.5 rims and tires, which puts you up there around that 14, 16 ply range where you could really put some meat on the ground with a 450, 550, and that's why I say that's one of them high shot settings right there we talk about sometimes. We say, yeah, if you might want to just you know, perhaps spend your money, you might want to get your license and go ahead and do the damn thing, or you just go and get you a big rig, stop playing with yourself. But that's not what we're talking about. So with those two scenarios where you got a 2500 and a 5500, those two trucks are vastly different. Those two trucks are vastly differently spec'd, and they are spec'd to do considerably different things. They're not meant to work in the same capacity. Like like the higher numerically the rear end gear is, we'll also equate that into being high RPMs at highway speed. So if you don't want your engine running 3,000 RPMs on the highway at 65 miles an hour in a diesel, which is not very good for it, in a straight six diesel, I say that with a Ford or a Duramax, 3,000 RPM, well, y'all be at all time. But we'll just say you wouldn't want that Ford running down the highway diesel F350 at 6,500 RPM all day. That's the kind of equivalent of that RPM. So you won't want that. So you wouldn't want to have a 488 or 514 rear end gear in there unless you were going to equip your cab and chassis to be a on-site dump truck or on-site piece of equipment that moves around a yard and moves heavy stuff around the yard and needs to be efficient at low speed, high weight, low speed. So, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't put that huge rear end gear in anything except something that's meant to go around town or around the yard because that rear end is not going to be conducive to you running 2,500 miles a week with that Ford F350 engine singing at 6,000 RPM all week long. That's why we don't advocate for people to get 2,500 non-diesel gasoline trucks and try and come out here and do this, especially if you're gonna do CDL. If you're gonna do CDL, please spend the extra money. I'm telling you, $1,000 don't change your truck, no, but $20 a month. Don't let the difference between the diesel motor and the gas motor price stop you from getting what you need to do the job. If you already got the truck with the gas motor in it, you can look at this shit how you want to look at it. You can rationalize the shit that you already got as much as you want to do it. It ain't meant for the job. I don't care how you put it. I know people that done did it. They done did it till they could do something else. But why set yourself up for failure? Why set yourself up to buy a transmission in the middle of climbing the Black Hills of Las Vegas for no fucking reason? For an extra $200 a month. For $200 a month, you can get the shit you really need instead of the shit that you might perhaps like. Man, get what? I'm gonna tell you like this. I know somebody real close to me, real close to me. Oh, come out. He was in confinement. He was in confinement somewhere, and came out. We had been talking while he was in confinement about doing some high shot. This years ago now, about doing some high shot. Like, yeah. And I had spec the shit up for him because we were running a certain kind of equipment. Y'all know when I had all the high shots going, I used to bring everybody in and do all the oil changes and all their fuel filter changes, all that getting that problem up off the truck. I do all that at the crib, you know what I'm saying? During that time, statute of limitation, y'all shit over with. But at the same time, during that time, I used to bring everybody in. So what I wanted to do was standardize the equipment so everybody had, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, gas motor be dead at 106,000 miles. Dead. Good one, moderator. That's real. But I bring everybody in. So what you want to do if you start in a high shot being you want multiple trucks, you want to run the more reliable truck possible, but then you want to duplicate that setup as many times as possible so you can go online and buy bulk filters, bulk air filter, bulk oil filter, bulk fuel filter, bulk oil, bulk everything. And I bulk that shit out and I keep up with when they supposed to come in and when they tell me, hey man, I need a da 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 da. I need this or the truck making this kind of noise. Can you put it on the computer? Yeah, I got the computer at the house. Come on through. I'm gonna send you. Get what? We gonna find you a load that send you straight crawl by my house on 20 or 10, and we gonna get you up through here. We gonna look at it, and if it have to be on the reset, ba da 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 da, and by the time you get ready to go back on your reset, boom, your truck running and you got on, and ain't nobody never know nothing bad happen. But the way you do that is by standardizing equipment. So I tell him, the person in question, that we run 2,500 round. You know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. Now, the person that was gonna finance the venture for that said individual was down with it. Whatever I had said buy it, they ready to buy it. Buy it. Okay, they buy it. And then the person that I conversed with over the last few months that was incarcerated or confined, if you will, he come out and he go get a $1,500 round King, whatever it is, Laramie Super Longhorn Edition, these nuts in your mouth with the big screen on the dashboard, put button, start, remote start, app on the phone, blase, blase, can't pull a gooseneck trailer with it though. I hope that motherfucker look good sitting in the driveway while you got to pay for it when you ain't getting no money off of it. And I know some folks don't give a damn about none of that. But we out here to get a dollar. This is about a dollar. This is about buying the right stuff, do the job, specing it for what you got to have for. So now we finna go into the I can't control part of the whole thing. Well, you know what I'm saying? We finna talk about these big rig because for the most part, you can go to anybody dealership and get a pickup truck. If you got a decent income or a decent down payment, a halfway decent piece of credit, even a cosigner, he'll go get you a nice diesel truck, a pickup truck. That ain't the most difficult thing in the world. But now we finna flip the script in the conversation. About 15 minutes in, we finna talk about what happened about that big rig. See, it get a little bit more serious. Get a little bit more serious when you go from, hey, I spec the high shot truck a little bit wrong, and I'm grossing 26K max, or I'm grossing 37K max. I'm plated for 39. I'm plated for 42, and it's a big difference. And I selected the wrong rear end gear. Oops, I can fix that for about $800-900. Man, don't call my phone right now, Neil. But if you watching, Neil, if the hub too hot to touch, that means you ain't got no grease in it. It's finna burn up and overloaded. Probably that axle probably dry on the inside or either overloaded. Damn. But anyway, specs, like stuff meant to do certain stuff. That's a prime example. Shout out Neil. Damn, Neil. But anyway, damn, Neil, that threw me out, boy. I hope you be all right out there. He sent me a text message of he said a hub on one of the trailer asking too hot to touch. What that mean? Yeah, you about to lose or you about to lose an axle. That what that mean. If you don't do something right now, pump some grease in that thing right now. And the process done been started because the metal done been shaved off in there. So that's circulating around and they're chewing up the good pieces of the bearing. So yeah, that process has been started. You just get ready to look for you a trailer shop so you can get them new bearing race it pressed up in there and be on about your way, do damn thing tomorrow, man. And also I want to encourage everybody, man. Y'all gotta stay encouraged. I'm gonna tell you something out of real life about life over the period of time, and I be having to catch myself sometime because I be falling victim to this shit. Don't y'all know that depression is real? I ain't gonna deny it. But don't y'all know depression is a fucking luxury? Like, I can be depressed all the fuck I want to, but I still got to get up and make sure these bills get paid. I can feel like I don't want to do this shit no more, but I better get up and make something happen. Or it ain't gonna be my choice whether I want to do this shit no more or not. It's gonna be made a choice by some more people that I don't want to make the choice in that real life. Like, it's a lot of days that get what you needed stuff when you were coming up for school, and get what your parents probably didn't even have the money. They did a little something extra, might have did something strange for some change, but they made sure you had it. It wasn't no man, we ain't got it and he can't have it. No, my baby not gonna go without this, and all the other kids got this, and I'm gonna do this so I can get this for this. So we gotta keep that same type of mindset that our foreparents had about this thing called life and responsibility. Like, you don't get to say, "Hey man, I don't want to do this no more." Like, and that with a truck with like all the responsibility, it ain't for real. It ain't one of them things where you get to actually say that. And that's why I think it's so paramount and important that I always stress the validity and the seriousness, the severity of what we doing. That's why I do 1 hour consultation outside JBUTLER 357. That's why I do the shadow assessment for a week at a time, where you can come and actually be with me and we can sit down and day 1 and 2 get your back office right, get your pricing model together, get your load securement together, get your whole office where you're actually learning how to bid on loads with some type of tangible knowledge and something to look at that's tangible that cannot be misconstrued. It doesn't matter how you flip it, turn it, do it, add it, subtract it, multiply, divide it. It don't matter. The number come out the same every single time. It's Ebony or George or Anthony or Devon or any of these people up in here that man shit. I ain't out here cause I'm out here cause I'm cold motherfucking blooded. Cold blooded this shit. I really am. Mm, I really am. So, all right. What's going on, DeAndre? What's up, man? So, on the big rig side, let's go to the big rig side, and we're gonna talk about a little about the spec and how easy it is to spec a truck. I'm not gonna say incorrectly, but I appreciate that Tosh, my number one fan on here, Mrs. Haven. Appreciate you. But how you misspec a truck, and the crazy thing about it, most of the trucks that are out right now for people that was already in a big rig in, let's say, 2020, they really didn't misspec their truck, but they got a truck that wasn't ready for them to change out of what they was doing. And what I mean by that is most people that have pretty up to date, I say, yeah, man. You gotta be motivated, man. I'm just motivated to wake up tomorrow, man, see what else gonna happen and how it gonna be, and can we make some more money and what the outcome gonna be, man. You gotta stay motivated. But back to what I was saying. Most of the newer trucks, not even just brand new trucks, like from 2010 on up to current present day trucks, the majority, and then you might want to co-sign this. If you ride down the interstate, the majority of the semi trucks that you're gonna see is gonna be driving and refrigerated trucks. If you look around your truck stop at night, the majority of trucks that you see parked at the truck stop at night, if you come in here and look around, you're gonna see more dry vans and more reefers than you will open deck. Appreciate you all my melody. They go my moderator, y'all. Appreciate that, brother. But yeah, for the most part, you'll pull into a truck stop at night and you'll see like it might be 100 trucks out there. And like 87 of them probably dry vans and reefer. And the other 13 gonna be flatbeds and step decks, and they're gonna be scattered around. You might have a heavy haul guy here once in a while, a couple drop trailers and stuff like that, and you can testify to that. So, big question: when COVID comes around, and people start to realize that the supply chain is being stressed, and the price per mile for a decent dry van load goes from $2.45 or $3 to an amazing 5, 6, 7, sometimes $9 a mile. What happens? What happens? When that happens, all hell broke loose in the supply chain with semis when it had to do with warehousing and logistics. For the most part, flatbed don't deal with a whole lot of warehousing. Maybe some stuff that gotta stay inside, like cars and some sheet metal and stuff like that. But for the most part, we don't back up to no doors, and we ain't pulling up to no facilities that got 87 docks because we don't really back up to docks. So all the stuff that people needed were going crazy, overbuying and all that type of stuff went up in demand, and the price to move it went through the roof. So every truck that could be procured at the time, seemingly, even at an exorbitant price, was procured and put out on the road. Brand new trucks was bought, orders was made, leases were started, rentals were done, clowns came out the woodwork. You had everybody hollering they was a guru, sign up for my class. This shit banging so hard. Look, we made this much in a month. We bought 10, we got 10 trucks right now. We on the blase power only. We on the other blah 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 power only. We lease purchase to D people. Well, I got 4 trucks in their fleet running under my right off this right here. And guess what happens? You get a market that's super duper duper saturated with not only dry van freight, but you saturated with a whole lot of trucks that expect to pull loads that ain't heavy. Hold on, let me say that again. You have a situation where the market is not only overrun with more trailers and people rented and leased and bought trailers and blah 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 and all that stuff, but you inundated with a surplus of absorbent proportions of trucks that are basically cookie cutter fleet trucks because more people didn't have the capital to just go buy a truck. Remember, I told you kind of easy to do the hot shot thing with a truck and go to the dealership, get your baby mama to sign on the dotted line for you and all that good shit. But when it comes down to these commercial loans and stuff like this, a lot of people didn't have the resources to do that. So a lot of people leased on. Some folk got tricked into a whole little crazy lease purchase program to where they was paying some absorbent money that didn't seem that bad at the time because they was making like $9,000 a week, $12,000 a week, seven, nine, $19,000 on a team sometime in a week. Hell, man, that truck no $1,200 a week ain't shit, man. We made 12,000 a week, man. We pay that till Jesus come back. No, you can't. But at the same time, nobody's concerned about that. But also, what nobody was concerned about was what happens if dry van and everything else in trucking goes back to business as usual. We ain't gonna talk about the fuel. We just gonna talk about the price of freight. Cause see, it kind of rough out here right now. Put me on one in the comment if y'all know what the conditions is out here right now. And I'm gonna let you in on secret about the condition. Everybody that know what's going on out here, how ugly it have gotten out here. Put your one in the comment. Testify. Wave your hand. Hallelujah. Kind of rough out here, ain't it? I want to show y'all something. In September of 2018, some of y'all might have been out here, some of y'all might not. Hey, what's up, D? Some of y'all might not. But what was going on September of 2018 after I had came out and got my little feet up on here, keep it moving. Dry vans was running for $1.68 a mile. Flatbeds were running for 240 a mile, 235 a mile. Meanwhile, I was in a non-CDL high shot picking up Porsches at the rate of 250 to 450, sometimes more than that per mile average on the whole trip. That's why I told y'all when I started the channel in 2019 that hey, my name is Jonathan Butler, and get what? I made way more money than these motherfuckers in the 18 wheeler did last year. Period. And you can't tell me because I be at the tax office with them. For real. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. But with that still being said, now you got trucks out here that spec for dry van. That ain't no problem if dry van and reefer keep going like it going and the influx and they keep paying five, six, seven, $8 a mile. That's cool. Truck knows high, no big deal. Ain't no thing. But what happens when the bottom falls out? It goes back to normalcy a little bit. It's a little bit more drastic than normal. Now, I ain't gonna say this D rates normal. They ain't what they supposed to be now. We're not gonna act like that. But it went back down, and then that fuel turned up on your ass, boy. Goddamn. I see. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When Fury was at his height, I pull up. Okay, let me go back. When Fury was at COVID level, I'm out there running $7 a mile most every day. Fury was at COVID price level. Let's just say 289, some shit like that. Half of what it is now, basically half of what it is now. I pull up and pump like 675, $700, like $700, and have two full tanks of fuel. Two full tanks. I hold 300 gallons. Most trucks don't hold 300 gallons. Listen to me. Most trucks you see on the road, unless they old school with some big tanks on them, they really don't hold 300 gallons, 150 on each side. They don't really putting them tanks on them truck like that no more because it's not necessary. They'll save the weight because the truck get better MPG the way you don't need the same amount of gallons to go the same distance. So they make the tank smaller. So there's a relic of the past. I pull up pump 300 gallons. So by 650, $700. Fuel went sky high. I say back here probably June, July, May, something like that. Fuel like five something, 535, 550. Shit like that. I pull up and pump like right at $1,450, you know. And that's real. Like I showed y'all this. That's real. Now, fuel subside a little bit. I pull up, pump like 1150, $1,200. Same basic, 300 gallon. And some people say they pulling up pump 1600. I don't know what other barrel of fuel you toting or where you hid the rest of it, but this shit too serious to be out here capping by anything. And that's why I hope y'all appreciate how I be coming with this stuff. Because I don't owe y'all no lie. And I'm gonna say this to the end. This shit is too expensive. It costs too much. It's too much going on with your credit, and the shit too unstable to be out here on a dream, chasing a dream, especially dealing with folk that'll lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't out here to impress nobody. See, one thing about it, when you learn a skill and you get better at a skill, it breeds confidence in the skill. But never let the confidence outweigh what you learn getting to where you are because the journey ain't shit once you get there. I don't know if they hit hard enough or not, but once you get somewhere, believe me, it ain't nothing like the trip getting there. You ever really wanted to go somewhere? And the anticipation was a Mickey figure all the way there. And when you got there, you were there. Time to do whatever you came to do, but all that anticipation to get to that point. Once you opened that car door and stepped out and you was at the destination, all that gone. And then what you talk about for the rest of the day? The ride, what you saw, what happened, what it did, and then you go make your memories. But the most important part was the ride, not where you ended up at. So with that being said, it's a lot of time you gonna see that where people ended up going with the blessing that they got, especially during COVID, was in a direction where they were being led by some people that were also blind. A lot of them people had just started trucking that a lot of folk were following at that time. That were getting astronomical money, but didn't know what they were doing. So now they have trucks out here that are spec for dry van, And they realize what has been true in trucking all along is that open deck transport pay more than closed trailer transport. Like it depends on what you hauling specifically, but the fact that you're gonna pull up and not swing the doors and bump the dock, you're gonna pull up and get these straps out and these chains out, you're gonna secure it, you're gonna tarp it, you're gonna be up and down off the trailer and all that. I think it should pay more than somebody just bumping the dock and then they take away from your driving hand boy. But that shit right there is what it is. You bump the dock, they count that shit, you seal it up and go on and ride. And ain't nothing wrong with that because get what? The least amount that you could do for your money, the better. Within reason, I ain't mad. But like I said, my guy can't go really. It's faster to unload a flatbed than it is to drive in and bump into the dock and all that. And somebody got to count these 10,000 pieces or whatever, whatever you just dropped off. Any number, it's what 10 pallets on their trailer. They got to count 10 pallets. They count to 10, they win. If they count to 10, they win with me. Sign the paper, get on down. Count to 10, you win. Okay, so a lot of people that was investment minded, ain't happy right now. They ain't happy at all. They ain't making their profit margins of what they think they should be making. Some folk had to let some people go. Some folk that had to actually close their door. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of them situations where some pivots and some drastic shit got to happen at them stages. So now you got people that are obsessed. You should see this shit online, like the forums and the groups and all that shit. I be lurking. I don't never type nothing. I just be lurking and looking at assholes type dumb shit that they don't know nothing about. I be looking at that shit like I be want to throw up sometimes because get what? I be in them groups. I be seeing y'all clowning out. I be seeing them. I be seeing them up in them. Boy, they be clown. They be saying some of the most idiotic shit. And low security, don't go get your handbook. No, Deacon, what's up, baby? Man, ain't nothing to it. Ike, what going on, man? So at that point in time, when it's time to pivot and go into something else, you got a truck that's 100%. I'm talking about 100% spec for drive in or reefer. And I'm gonna tell you what a drive in and reefer spec is. Mostly, it's gonna be a 13-liter engine, an automatic transmission, and a gear ratio in the low to mid 2 point something to low 3 point something. 3 point something. You got your pulling that truck. But most of them got like a 264 rear end, 263. You might have some with a 290 something. You're getting a little bit closer to where you want to be as far as pulling heavy stuff. But the trucks that were spec with 260 something rear end, 264s and stuff like that, with a dummy axle. Like one of the drive axles ain't even a drive axle. It just sit there. It's for weight. It holds the weight, but it ain't pulling the truck. Like we want all these motherfucker pulling. You need lockers. You talking about going do these crane mats and all that stuff. You need some lockers on the truck. You need both of those axles need to be moving this truck. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You keep that shit on the pavement, or if you know what's good for you. But all right, so most of those trucks, like I say, is going to be very short wheelbase, first of all, to keep the truck and the trailer very close to each other because it's about aerodynamics and fuel economy. Everything about drive van and reefer is about making that truck and trailer close enough together to where when the wind comes across the top of the truck, it flows across the trailer as one unit and it provides the least amount of wind resistance possible. And they make the truck skirted with rubber all around the steps and around the front bumper of the truck and all down the sides. And like I said, the top of the truck high to kick the air up over the trailer. And like I said, the trailer sucked in real close. When they turn the trailer, it's got minimal room in between. And they got the skirts up under the drive van trailer, the reefer trailer, to keep the air from swirling under the trailer. All that. They got the tail fins on the back of the trailer as you go down the highway. You see the tail fins. All of this is about efficiency for fuel efficiency, and economy. Wind resistant, wind coefficient to be as good as it can be. Understandable. Those are all really good attributes. But then you think about what the textbook flatbed trailer or truck, flatbed tractor would be. It wouldn't be the tall top. You'll have a mid roof because most of your loads are not going to be as tall as the truck. So you can cut that wind resistance out by having a shorter truck. That's more aerodynamic. Most of the time, your rear end ratio is going to be in the low threes with an automatic. Even with a stick, you'll be around probably a 308 or 320. Yep, low roof. Uh, 330s would be really nice. 336s are really, really nice. If you got an automatic, it will be an automatic that has manual and automatic functions where you can select the gear at your choice, at your discretion. And a really good transmission, if it's an automatic, will probably have a performance and a performance mode. Can a 355 be fuel efficient? Yes, it can. You gotta keep your foot out of it and slow down. Really, for a 355 to be really fuel efficient, you gotta keep your feet out of it and slow down. Keep your feet out of it, slow down. That's what that truck got in. You gotta keep your feet out of it. Get your RPMs up, keep your boost down, keep your feet out of it, and just let the truck do the work and get on across there. I be out catch myself sometimes. 'Cause I be out of West Texas and down and off 75 in Florida and coming down 25 Colorado by myself. And hell, what it is, 287, 385 down in North Texas by myself at 1, 2 in the morning. I be out to catch myself sometimes. So I don't really like. I really don't give a fuck about no fury, y'all. I don't. I'm not finna sit out here and rack my damn brain about no fury that you got to buy anyway. You gotta learn how to charge. You gotta learn how to charge even in the midst of this shit and be as lean as you can be. But don't be over here, goddamn. I don't give a fuck how many times they add that point nine tenths, that 9 tenths at the end. I don't give a fuck how many times that 9 tenths roll over. Let that bitch keep rolling. Long as the tires on the Peterbilt keep rolling. You know, they don't understand. Folks really piss me off with the shit because they don't understand how to stay in business and to get up and fucking go to work and learn how to get better at your job. If your job is to drive, get better at this shit. Low security, get better at this shit. If your job is to own the company and do all this shit, get on your motherfucking job. Get on your motherfucking job, man. So ass about that bed, like I did at 2:30 in the morning, and had your ass up out here on that highway, hooked up, fruit up, ready to go by no later than 4 o'clock. And be right over here in Orange, Texas, dropping off some crane mat no later than 9. And get what? They told me I couldn't get that load that's on the truck till in the morning. It ain't gonna be ready. I rolled straight over there and act like I didn't know shit. Man, I'm just trying. Shit. You can't. She said you came to preload. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. They can't take it till tomorrow. Oh, okay, no problem. But yeah, you could go ahead and load me up. Indubitably. Get where I'm sitting at, y'all. I am 15 motherfucking minutes from the receiver. I was supposed to pick this load up at 7 o'clock in the morning in Texas and bring it to Louisiana. I'm 15 minutes from the receiver in Louisiana. It's finna be a good goddamn week. Finna be a good goddamn week. And this shit ain't about no market. It ain't about your guru that done fell off. Ain't none of this shit. This shit about a motherfucker come outside and go to work. So back to the truck. So now you're looking at the heavier hauling, as in open deck transport, nothing over 80,000 gross. And you're gonna be looking at a truck more than likely with a 15-liter engine instead of a 13-liter engine. More than likely. Now, this more than likely because Packard be on some more shit. They put that 13 in everything. It pull like a son bitch. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It does what it does. They got that D13 Detroit motor. Blase, blase. It does what it does. Watch the motherfucking injector cut while it putting all that pressure on that motor. All right. 15 liter. Because get what? You can always take your foot out of it and get some power back. But you can't never put your foot in a little motor and get no more power than it gonna make. Think about it. I always like to have a little more than I need. Then not have just enough. I don't want no just enough. Just enough motor? No way. Man, I said I'll get that Peterbilt. Get what I had two truck with a Detroit 60 series in it. The cheat code of the goddamn diesel motor for the old school. Easy to work on, fuel efficient, ain't gotta do much to them. Zombie apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. That's a badass motor. And get what? I put Caterpillar in the truck, ain't it? It's Caterpillar in the truck for a reason. Cause get what? I see what the fuel efficient one do. I see what that motherfucker it don't cost that much to fix. I see what it do. I see what they goddamn me low ease of maintenance and it ain't got this zombie apocalypse. And then I'm like, man, what that kitty cat do, man? Fuck all that. What that kitty cat do? What that kitty cat do? Yeah. Keep it moving. That was the rinse and repeat. Keep it moving. You been here long enough. You know what the deal is. All that wasn't nothing but an upscale version of that Ram 2500 with the stick shift in it. The motor that ain't just super duper powerful, and the rear end that boot and scoot and get good at that all them Freightliner was none but a recreation of that. And this is the white truck with the Forgiatos with the head studs and the cylinder wheel and the turbo and it gives the screw and all that old shit. That this truck. It is how many of y'all been here long enough to see the repeat? There's some of y'all been here long enough to know what going on is. I'm talking exactly what going on. And no, get what? It's it's a rinse and repeat. But okay, now the trucks that we looking at now is even in this parking lot right now. Few of them, some pretty much some fleet trucks with some high tops. Couple of them on flatbed. The first thing you're gonna notice if you ended up with one of those trucks that are not quite spec right, is that once you get over 35,000 pounds, that truck don't want to do shit. You'll also notice that because of the calibration in the truck, that the truck really likes to run around 11, 1200 RPM, even in the most adverse conditions where like you really need RPM and boost and some power, it shifts and goes to 11, 1200 RPM. A lot of people will tell you that 11, 12, 1300 RPM, that's where you want it. On paper, on paper, it says it makes all the torque it's gonna ever make at 1200 RPM. So when it shifts and it gets right there, we're making all the power. So that's why it stays right there, Jonathan. If you know mechanics, and I still close to be like I really was gonna be a mechanical engineer, and I'm talking about I really was on some real for real shit, Rain Man type shit with that metallurgy and all that though. Uh, when it comes to getting the peak performance out of a diesel engine, really any engine, but especially a diesel engine. I say this a lot. Peak torque is meant to be visited for brief periods of time. Jose, you burn the most fuel. High RPM shift don't make the engine burn more fuel. Yes, it does, Mr. Juneteenth. And this is where I'm finna go with this. Fuel efficiency, fuel efficiency, Horsepower, not torque. Horsepower. Torque get the truck move. Horsepower push you past somebody in traffic. It's called brake specific fuel consumption. And we did a video about it. I think you were here too, Jose. It's a big thing because a lot of people think that more RPM automatically means more fuel, but that's not true because this is all load dependent. This is all load sensing. This is boost referenced. All this stuff is based up on road conditions, incline, geography, and a lot of stuff that goes into play that you'll see these new trucks, the brand new trucks. That's right. The new trucks have GPS monitoring inside the cameras on the dashboard that actually scan the road and they can predict the incline as to do what? Select the lower gear before the truck actually gets on the hill and has a problem climbing the hill. Why? Because you need RPM to create boost, to create horsepower, and to create momentum. Some people like, well, I could just press the gas harder and it'll do that. No, it won't. Because the truck that's calibrated to pull light loads all day lives at peak torque because at peak torque, this thing feels like a rocket ship when you only have 20,000 pounds behind you. 20,000 pounds behind you is nothing. The whole truck and trailer weighs 30. To put 20,000 on a truck and trailer that weighs 30 is almost empty. It's half full. I've sat at the scale. Don't ask me why. I've been at the scale at the Louisiana state line for 2 hours looking at the numbers when y'all ride through with your Amazon loads. When y'all ride through with your Swift Freight. When y'all ride through with your contract stuff on JB Hunt dedicated, that 360 shit. Y'all come across this scale at 52, 55, 48. I'm talking about 48,000 pounds total. I got 48,000 pounds on the motherfucking deck. I watched this shit. I said, man, these motherfuckers, no wonder these motherfuckers riding around instead screaming about some 8.5. I'm getting 8.5. You get 8.5. No, you will get 8.5. You riding in the goddamn bullets at 11, 1200 RPM, governed down to 62. Yeah, probably get 11 and not buying no deal. Talk about that. Shit amazing. Cinema, oh, what kicking it with Killer? Kicking it with Killer got my inbox and showed me 10 miles to the gallon about a month ago. If I'm lying, strike me down. That boy had 10 miles to the gallon in that Peterbilt sliding across, I think Wyoming or Kansas somewhere. That boy slide across that flat motherfucker and get 10 miles to the gallon. But get what? Yeah, over previous based on GPS. Yeah, no clever name. Everybody doing it. Everybody doing it. They reading the terrain and they getting the pre-selection of the gear, and it's meant to be intuitive instead of the truck just dying on the hill. Yep. And keep it moving just for the high shot guys, man. Whenever y'all pulling with that trailer, y'all got load behind you, and you ain't got no 14 gears. Just click the selector on your gear selector and select fifth gear. Once you're going and up to highway speed, come out of six, go to fifth. If you got a three, if you got a 342 in that rear end and you come back, which would be point 0.3 from overdrive, which add point 0.3, that'll turn your 342 into a 373 mathematically, and it'll take a lot of load off the transmission, a lot of load off the motor, bring your RPM up, get your water pump to spinning better, your fan is spinning better, cool down that transmission some, and your truck get a whole lot better gas mileage because it's running at less boost. It's actually taking less power from the engine because what are we using? A mechanical advantage. That's where our transmission and our rear end specs come in to give us the mechanical advantage. Whenever you go into overdrive, that's a mechanical disadvantage because for every one rotation of the engine, it may give you 1.2 or 1.3 rotations of the tire once it comes out of there, but there's a diminishing gain of torque and horsepower because of that. So you don't have any pulling power, you just got speed. What we need going up here? Pulling power. We don't need no speed. We get speed running up at the hill, momentum. That's why it shift the gear early in that little Volvo transmission they be talking about. That's why I do that. So what you want to do is if you got one of those trucks that's set up like that, when you see the hill coming, be the computer. Get up on your stop, dial it back one. Then this in the big rig, this in the high side, dial it back a gear. Let the shift happen when there is low load on the engine and you haven't started pulling this strenuous heel, and then all of a sudden when the pressure is so great on everything, you want to undo the gear and slam it into another gear. That's not fuel efficient. It's more fuel efficient to hit that gear before you hit the hill and remain in that same gear all the way up the hill. You may have to downshift because of gravity as you go up the hill, but it's a lot more fuel efficient than it would be it to make three downshifts going up the hill instead of one. Every time you downshift, the motor RPM is gonna flare. That's more fuel that's wasted. That's not being used to propel the vehicle. It's being used to uncouple the gears and relieve torque and get them back together, which is hard on your clutches, hard on your transmission, hard on your rear end. It's harder on everything. So you want to pre-select your lower gear when it's time to hit the hill. And for you guys with these newer model trucks, they got the Cummins in it, that Packard in it. Shoot, man, man, Detroit in it, that Volvo in it, man motor with it, whatever. When you hit one of them hills with a truck that ain't spec like it need to be, you're more than likely gonna have to drop two gears. If it's a real hill and you got 40K on there or better, you probably gonna have to drop two gears. Do not let this alarm you. 1500 RPM, 1600 RPM, 1700 RPM. The only reason you've never seen that in that truck on that dashboard, the hand has never went up there before, is because of the calibration in the truck will not let it spool up that high. It will not let it make that type of boost at that type of RPM. It will not let you have that horsepower rating. You have to get it up there. And the thing about it is, don't let the loud noises. Hold on. Don't let the loud noise. Just a truck. Hold on. Cause see, they done made trucks so quiet now. They done made trucks so quiet now that if we hear the fan go whoo on one of the new trucks, like, oh shit, what is that? What is that? I ain't never heard that sound before. What that is? Man, it don't sound right. Man, that thing gonna blow up. Man, that thing dialed up too high. Man, them RPM, boy, you gonna throw a ride. Listen to me. If you go into the owner's manual of the truck, or if you look at any spec sheet from any major diesel manufacturer, whether it be Cummins, Caterpillar, Detroit, Packard, Volvo, man, uh, uh, any any diesel engine manufacturer, you will see a distinct difference between where peak torque is, where peak horsepower is, and where governed RPM is. Torque is probably going to be around 12, 1300 RPM. Might be less than that in some of these new motors because they are dumping some injector timing in that son bitch. They really banging that crankshaft in these new motors. They banging the shit out of it. Then you got horsepower, peak horsepower RPM. Like let's just say in this Caterpillar, peak horsepower occurs in this Caterpillar. Listen to me at 2100 RPM. I've ran at 2100 RPM before on the accelerator and on the Jakes coming back down. If you look at your Cummins engine, peak horsepower in most of these Cummins engines that are for high shot use, 6.7, is around 1800 RPM, 2000, 2200 RPM, depending on what your calibration is, what year your truck is. It says different stuff. The big rig Cummins motor, the X15, that motor make peak horsepower at 1900 RPM. It's governed at 2400. What is the governed RPM, John? Well, I am glad you asked. The governed RPM is the RPM where the actual engine will not exceed a certain RPM due to the limitations set forth by the parameters in the computer. It will not physically let the injectors fire fast enough to maintain anything over that said RPM. So without fuel, the engine cannot accelerate. Without the fuel to accelerate, the RPM remains constant or it diminishes. So that's how they control it. But at the same time, do you think they said you could rev that motor to the governor of 2200 RPM or 2100 or whatever this motor is? I think this motor right here, governor rated 2400 RPM, 2500 RPM. Why would they even let you know that if you hit this RPM, the motor just goes boom? They'll never let the motor do that. You up there now. You in the area where if some shit go down, it's gonna happen so fast you ain't gonna be able to stop the motor in time to save it. But it'll go up there, Lil. I'll tell you, I'd have ran 2100 RPM in this truck for real, in the last hole in Mexico. Mexico. No habla español. Say what? Oh, but anyway, so you see the hills coming, downshift. If you're gonna have that truck for a particularly long period of time, if that's your truck, you buying it, you're not leasing it from anybody, and you own it, that's your semi. Take it to the dealership and see what family of engine ratings that you have and get them to turn the engine up. But in the process of doing that, you want to change the RPM governor. You want to change the shift points if possible. If you got an automatic, get them to upgrade the TCM in the truck or recalibrate the TCM for a more horsepower friendly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the elephant in the room, the rear ends. Like I told you, they make trucks that are spec for certain things. So the manufacturer of your truck has the rear ends available that you need to do what you're trying to do. I would I would encourage, if not really just almost beg you, if you could get something into the low and mid threes, even a 320. Love to see a 336. 355, you on the edge. 370, a little bit deep. Your RPM gonna be a little up on the highway, but shit, ain't nobody gonna be able to really outrun you up a hill. 370s in the right 370 with the right transmission and the right horsepower range. It's hard to stop you at 65 miles with the right transmission. Old lightweight 13 speed. It's hard to fuck with me on the highway. Yes, sir. If you tell you now, I encourage y'all, man, if you out here running, keep your eye out for me. I be out here. I ain't hiding. I be out here. If you see me and you're on the highway and you want to run with me, we going the same way, run with me. And we ain't racing, we ain't doing none of that stuff. Just know that the caterpillar chugging, man. I, I'll come through like I got somewhere to be. Let's see. Hey, thank y'all too. Not just for coming on the live and kicking with me. Thank y'all for the contributions that have been made, the consultations that have been paid for and received. I appreciate all the people that send money for the food for the homeless. Whenever you are able to do it, I appreciate you being able to do it. I appreciate everybody that contributed, even you ain't even know you contributed the last time. Um, super chats, just viewing the videos, all that money that helped buy them hats and them thermals and them socks and some food. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, because like even people that man, even people that got millions and millions and millions of dollars ain't got the heart y'all got, man. And I appreciate y'all for that because y'all be really riding with me, man. Some of y'all really go out y'all way too. I appreciate it. Like, don't nobody owe you nothing in life, not even a hey, how you doing? Yes, sir. Hey, all mile matter. Y'all check the comment section and look what all mile matter just wrote in the comments about that swap from the 342 to the 410. And I can vouch for that. I drove that truck. And I really wanted to do some donuts in his truck. He brought the truck down there from up there in the northeast and brought it down to the house and we kicked it. We kicked it for about a week, man. And really enjoyed it. And really enjoyed that truck, man. Y'all check the videos, check the playlist. You might see all miles matter and the white Dodge Ram dually. My boy got his own shower in that bitch. I'm gonna forever stand on that shit. The man is ridiculous. The man got hot propane shower. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Damn, man, got a nice truck, man. Got a nice truck. His size and stature, he like a little Ken doll with that shit. Like he fit all this shit like the man fit everything. Everything fit. He in there. I'm talking. He really living in man. There's some folk ain't got no studio apartment living like he living up in there, and that's on God. Oh man, that man bad. That man bad. So live. I forever stand on that. Shout out all my matter with the personal shower on deck. Big screen TV on the trailer on deck. Magnetic up there. Watch big screen in the parking lot of the Cracker Barrel Big Boy Steak. Go and get the big boy massage at the Planet Fit. Let me shout out All Mile Metal. That's my rich friend, y'all. Shout out my rich friend All Mile Metal. For real. I'm gonna call Alpha for some one day, but get what? Not today, goddamn. We on the grind all the time. Complete fact. That's my rich friend All Mile Metal. That complete fact. No bullshit. Ready to do it again too, bro. Ready to do it again. Like we gotta do that Vegas thing again. Y'all missed the last time. I don't know. We might need to go to Dominican Republic. Y'all, hey, get them passport. We ain't talk about it. Just get the passport if you ain't got it. Better yet, we gonna stay in the country. Joey, I got you. I got you, bro. We gonna stay. We gonna stay in America. We gonna act right. All my mouth said, "It'll be my third year coming to my house." Yeah. My boy in Kansas City at the Planet Fitness right now. Hey man, stop trying to get you one of them massages, man. You like you little day. You get the shower and the massage. Man, come on now. Save some for the rest of us. Keep it moving. Save some for the rest of us, dog. Passport is helpful in getting a tweet. It is. It is. It is. I used it as my second form of ID when I pulled in for to get my tweet. My boy say he coming down 35 right now. Well, we ride, boy. Hey. And that's why I say I enjoy y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I really do, man, because like y'all just don't know how blessed I am. That's why I be doing stuff unconsciously. I don't care what happened. We gonna do the same thing we be doing right now, and as many as y'all can help us do it, the bigger it gonna get. For as far as it is helping the community, doing what we can do for others, and spreading the love of Jesus Christ throughout the world. Fuck a hater and then mammy. Yeah, see that one thing about it. They might not like how I break, but my heart pure with this shit. Like for real though. For real, for real. And get what? When I be out there, when I be when I be out there doing what I be doing and moving around, y'all see how I be moving. I'm super at home. Get what? Since we was out there and going around the neighborhood and hit the crack house and up through the alley and all that. I'm looking all on social media. It 3, 4 motherfuckers that got killed up through there in the last 2, 3 days. 2 of them in broad open daylight, man. I ain't going nowhere where folk nice and this shit cool. Cause get what? That ain't what the Lord did. The Lord didn't hang around good folk. Y'all motherfucker too good. Y'all already say fuck. I need to be talking to helping y'all for. That's why I don't understand why they keep getting these millionaire free clothes and money when these motherfuckers out here can't get nothing to eat, ain't got nowhere to stay, but you'll give a motherfucker got $100 million of free clothes. So I appreciate y'all. So do appreciate you 100%. And it don't matter what y'all do, I'ma match it, double it up, triple it. I appreciate y'all. So do. I appreciate it. Hey, you did. That boy say he thought he seen Mugger P push southbound 35 last year. You did. You did. It depends on what your family was, King. Go realize. R.I.P. Mugger P for real though. Yes, sir. The best 20 you can spend, Big Dad. Man, I appreciate that. Keep it moving, man. Cause you be so consistent, man. A lot of y'all, man, for real though. T Mac, Tracy, All My Matter, King Gorilla, Tilner, all y'all. When y'all think about me, sometimes I know cause y'all do something. See, one thing about for boy, I was sure would think about. Send me something. $ JBUT LEI 357. I make my money trucking. And I'm taking as much as I can and get away, man. Y'all just don't know. This shit done been so real. And I just, man, it just been deep in my heart to keep doing. I've been doing this shit a long time, y'all. Like, I ain't keep up with the money this year. But we did. And I don't want to lie to y'all, about 27,000 salmon this year. 25, 25 or 27, something like that. I gotta get my math right. And yeah, we got cheese on all of them, so they about 249, 269 on about 25, on about 25, 24, 25,000 sandwiches. You do the math. Shit. Why motherfuckers saying they can't stay in bed and don't know what to do, how to make it, and then other. Find you somebody that don't get no money off no fucking YouTube. Besides what y'all do, I don't make no money off this shit. Find somebody don't make no money off this shit instead of keep getting their money away. And I find you somebody that's for real about what they doing. ain't no bullshit. Cause y'all know I'm shadow banned to the field. I had somebody with 140, 150,000 subscribers report my channel. So I don't, y'all gotta share the video. Throw a like up. It don't cost you nothing. Subscribe. Cause it basically done got to the point where it basically, if you not subscribed or the video don't get co-signed by a certain person or they don't share it, it really don't go that far. I got videos that got 120,000 views. I got a video that got 70,000 views. I got videos like that. But that was back before I started realizing that most people that do this don't have nobody best interest at heart except they self. And more people that show you how rich they are in trucking didn't make their money trucking. They made their money showing you how you could look like they look in trucking, even though they bullshit in trucking. I had somebody come put a video up that make plenty of money talking they did $250,000 on a high shot pulling oversized in the first year. We did $250,000 on a high shot pulling regular freight and partials and shit, bro. So what'd you do? Fuck up the oversized market for a lot of people. See, y'all look at it like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And I look at it like, oh my God, he fucked that market up for so many people in his area. And whoever that broker is, ready to suck his balls. Whoever his broker is, sucks his balls. Whatever he wants, he gets. Detention? No doubt. Detention? How much you want? Layover time? How much? How much? $7 a mile. You got it. I bet. And you can't pay a nigga for that dumb ass shit right now. I bet you can't pay a motherfucker say that dumb ass shit right now because it makes no sense. What have you done for me lately besides make up excuses? Bro, most people you gonna see that you follow this and click on this and do this and you do that and then you can get this and you don't bow and yeah, what they doing? What have you done lately besides run some load for yourself, ball man, ball lady? A lot of y'all found out y'all own word enemy. Why you fucking everybody else out their money? You found out you really fucking over yourself. One thing about having a good product and really doing something good, you ain't got to serve for no repeat customer. You ain't got to serve for no repeat customer. As long as McDonald's keep dropping the fries up in that motherfucker and keep flipping the burger like they ain't got to serve for no repeat customer. Long as the crack man keep putting 70% dope and 30% baking soda in that motherfucker and locking it back up, he ain't gotta go fight nobody. He ain't gotta go find no goddamn body. It ain't hard to stay in business. It's just hard for some people to do good business. I learned that in the street now. I ain't with nobody calling for that one. It ain't hard to stay in business. It's just hard for some folks to do good business. It just ain't in a lot of folk to do good business because they always on ease way out shit. They ain't gonna grind it out and show you how to grind it out. They'll goddamn me do their thing and say, nah, man, that ain't shit. Man, hey man, love, bro. Keep it moving. That love right there, bro. And like I said, I ain't never held back. I ain't never just not. If I feel like it'll help you, why not tell you? I used to say this all the time. It be too much hate going on. It's too much freight in the world for me to be worried about what you doing. I need to educate you and help you do better. And you help me do better. So get what? All of us have a better life. And when I come over in your neck of the woods, they're not used to trucks moving for trash. They used to truck move for what they move for in my neck of the wood. So all this market change in certain regions and all that shit, and people doing you like a dog in Florida, and then you come back and you get in Texas, it's okay, and then you ease up around Colorado, Utah, they treat you like shit again, and you get over there back in the Midwest, and it's all gravy, baby, and they trick you to go to New York, and when it's time to get up out of there, bam, $1 on your funk ass one more time per mile. See all that there, all that shit come to a cease. When you get an understanding. Anybody, what is understanding? This the realness of the thing. What the definition of understanding? The lack of confusion. All this shit they going around right now, the fucked up freight is a bunch of confusion by people that don't know what's going on. Cause get what? I know what money is. I steady been getting money. Like ever since I've been back in this, steady been getting money. I ain't had a week that wasn't $7,000 since I've been back in the truck. I worked 4 days last week, did 6 to 8. And I ain't had no motherfucking unicorns and no direct shippers or none of that shit. I ain't did none of that shit. And ran some lightweight stuff. Hmm. It's out here. It ain't hiding either. That's the crazy thing about it. Then week 4 last, I ran a bunch of parts. I tore a high shot ass up the other week. I did that. My bad, high shot guys. I went around too many of y'all, but I tore a high shot a new asshole. Week 4 last on that criminal break thing, and did my thing. But at the same time, I'll say it like this: all this stuff relative. You gotta understand what you up against. You gotta understand what the demographics of what you of the people you serve and the customer, the lane that you running, all that. Pick a lane, find a lane. A out in the back, a two in the front, man. All this lane shit. I gotta go look on Google what's the lane, and you gotta find your lane, and you gotta run lane. Boy, you got no lanes out here. Man, I got a price mile, good fuck where I'm at. That's where that shadow system come in. Cause get what you want that price mile. You call all you want, call. You can get the consultation going. We can work over your numbers and all that there. But get what? That price of model, that shit take a day. That shit take a whole fucking day. It took me a year and a half. That shit takes a day. That comes in the shadowing system. You can call me. I'll give your ass a generic number for what you running, but that shit ain't predicated upon you. 'Cause I ain't got all your information. I don't know all your numbers. I don't know your bills. I don't know your situation. I don't know how bad you lying to me either. But get what? When you come down here to the shadowing system, we sit across the table from each other. We gonna have a chance to talk about a lot of shit, and you get a real number. Damn right. Damn right. Damn right. Damn right. Real number. Hey man, I appreciate you, King Go real brother. Man, hey, appreciate you, man. Man, what you say? Yeah, man, stacking them parts do change the game, man. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all ain't doing it, you on the high side, man. Don't never be above checking the trap, man. Don't never be above getting the little stuff to make it add up. That's what the grind is. Quarter ounce in a dream. I know y'all ain't think Black Mafia family. Y'all watching this shit and Big Meat them came up and had kilo day one. That shit come from grinding and staying in it, not running out of it. And then you run across some good folk that do some good shit and they help you do better shit. And then you fuck around, this shit snowball. And you fuck around and have 3, 4, 5 high shot, 2, 3, 12, 4, 5, some shit right like that. It happens. But you gotta be in it to win it. You can probably ask all my metal right now on this live. If I could merge them in, I merge them in. You can ask all my metal when he started. And when he started with his friend up there and they did that Ohio Hauler thing, did you ever think like before this year, did you ever think you're gonna have that many trucks to worry about, that many people in the office, that much money coming in, that much liability, that much fucking compliance, that much safety, that much mechanical, that much record is, that much insurance bill. Man, how you man, y'all see, I understand some stuff on a finite level that you can't teach. I know what it is to open up open up a letter at your house and be like, they want $19,000 by the 23rd. But why? Oh, I know how that feel. Re- How much they want for that? I ain't know when you add that truck late in the policy be for to put my Peterbilt on at $13,000. Why? Oh, it's not just my truck and the two other trucks. No, 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 no. That don't make no sense. Now your next bill is gonna be $13,000, and your next two bills after that gonna be 13, and then we gonna knock it down to 11.4 and let you breathe a little bit. Been there, and I'm talking about man, shit. Yeah. Yes, sir. Bragger. I can't wait either, bro. It's all good, man. Hey, we've been in here a long time. I be clowning out. I hope y'all be taking something from this shit. I be having a good time with y'all, but I hope y'all take some knowledgeable stuff out of this and some tidbits, and it's just basically like we sitting around chilling, man, drinking a cold one and yada 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 and so on and so forth. But you know, it's cold coke instead of anything else. And like I said, man, before I leave, I just want to say this one thing. Sometimes you gotta remember. Listen to me. Yep, yep. Keep hey, they did it on purpose, bro. They did me like that too. But they hating on people that don't run contract freight, and they hating on people that run high shot. It is what it is. And I ain't gonna say they hating on them, but they insuring them. And they one of the few companies that will insure them. Because the industry done got tired of a lot of shit. So, yep, they pushing medium duty trucks out the way. Um, and they pushing on the operators that own companies that aren't doing a lot of contracted freight out of the way. They also pushing a whole lot of trucks nationwide that look like my truck out the way. They pushing them out the way, citing emissions, the other things they want to do to help the planet. Fuck them. Because the same folks talking about saving the planet and want to convert something over and do electricity can't find nowhere on earth to put the batteries when it's time to dispose. They digging holes and put them in concrete and blase, alkaline and lithium and all those chemicals while we trying to save the earth. Hmm. Shit crazy. Shit wild. It is wild. But like I said, a lot of stuff, it ain't what you think it is. They want you to believe it a certain way, and people that are in control make things go a certain way. So you got to know the golden rule. Man with the gold makes all the rules. Hey, One thing I already respect about you is you always told people what they need to hear and not what they want to hear, and you stand on it. Hey, Div, I appreciate you, bro. One thing about it, I ain't got nothing but a handshake, a signature, and a word. If your handshake, your signature, and your word don't mean nothing, I don't know what you're doing. Larry Young, what they gonna do? What are they going to do when the power goes out and there's nowhere to charge the vehicle? Nobody's got, everybody got to stay at home. No freaking body can move. They gonna crank up them diesel generators, same thing they do every time. Man, shit amazing to me. Like, like electricity just pop out of the air. If if solar and wind power were really kicking it like that, why our light bill, utility bill ain't never went down? They've been doing wind and solar since I was a child, and the light bills have gone up because this shit is a money grab. You invest $1 trillion, $20 trillion in all this stuff right here. Somebody got to pay for it. Probably us through the light bill. But get what? How long it take you to break even on $1 trillion investment? I probably won't be living. My kid probably won't be living. Who the fuck is that supposed to benefit? The people that scooping up all the money today. So it ain't about no planet. It's about rich motherfuckers staying rich. I won't figure out how to be a rich motherfucker staying rich. So that's why I'm on the grind all the time. And get what? I'm gonna stay on the grind all the time. We still at least 30 years away from electric truck, including the necessary infrastructure to be truly ready to replace diesel machines. At least 30 years, bro. Because that shit out there they got right now ain't fully self-sufficient. And like I said, the infrastructure ain't ready. Man, do you know what it's gonna do to the electric grid to plug up 150 trucks at a truck stop at one time at night and put them all on deep charge? Can you say a rolling blackout? My boy said it's a Pepsi plant where they already got the Tesla running right. Yeah, it gonna take them short route, man, in the warehouse to warehouse, and like I said, in town routes, and less than 200-300 miles a day. But we talking about that long haul and pulling up at a truck stop and treating that truck just like this truck. We quite a ways away. Pray that Peterbilt. They trying to get rid of these truck, man. Pray that Peterbilt. Man, I'll cut this out. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. It's been real. Like I said, if you perhaps got a truck that's not quite spec right, those driving tips really will help. Even if your truck is spec right, to downshift before grade and not let your truck encounter all that their craziness. Is only smart. And like I say, as quick as you could possibly do it, you want to take that truck to the dealer, not to the guy across the street, to the dealer, where they can get a dealer approved, manufactured, recommended computer file, not a hot tune, not the delete, all that. Dealership recommended rating or re-rate for your engine. And if it's an automatic, ask them if it's possible to get the transmission tuned and unlock the performance setting. Let's see. It's really ludicrous that it's like their line living version. They used to say riding on Cadillac Dream with Model T pockets. Lord, yeah. Yeah, that deep right there, Denisha. But like I said, man, y'all take it easy. Y'all keep the shine side up, grease side down. Keep that thing between the mayonnaise and mustard. Y'all already know what I said about a halo. And man, she ain't raising right.